Hello my friends, I'm going to talk in this video about this study. And guys, I have a problem with this study. I have a big problem. Unraveling ancestry, kinship and violence in a late Neolithic mass grave. And I don't want to start a war. I don't want to start a blame game and blame people and say they lied and say they fabricated something. I really hope that it was just an honest to God mistake, and I really hope that I can actually rely on reading this stuff and trust them. But I think an honest to God mistake did happen here, and you need to be aware of this honest to God mistake when you read these anthropology studies about, especially about pigmentation. A lot of it is wrong. A lot of it is really completely misrepresented, wrong data. So this study, everything about it in terms of ethnicity, all that is right. It's correct. Gender, that's all correct. But there is something that's really wrong here, and it's this. It's their phenotype prediction stuff, right? So let's look at, for example, the main variation. The variation that's most important is this variation, right? So what do we see here? All of them have two T's, which, by the way, T here really stands for A. It's a AG polymorphism, but it's marked as a CT polymorphism on YSEC for some reason. I don't know why. You often see this, like, sometimes with older chips, it used to be C, but now it's G, or it used to be T, but now it's A. That happens quite frequently. And all of them have TT or AA genotype. You see two T alleles, two T alleles, two T, two T, two T, two T. And this is completely wrong because none of them, not a single one of the samples that I've looked at so far, not a single one of the samples that I've analyzed so far had two T alleles, had two A alleles. They all had either GG or AG. Either two Gs, which would be two Cs here by this metric, or one G and one A, which would be one C and one T by this metric. None of them had two T alleles. Let's take a look at, for example, let's look at James, right? Let's remember this 1165, okay? We're gonna remember 1165. And 1165, let's pin that. That's here. That's right here. That's this guy. Okay. 1165. What does James have? James has blue eyes, and let's look at his genotype for HERC2. Would you look at that? It's CC. It's GG. And how many T alleles does he have here according to the spreadsheet? 2. You see how discongruent this is with reality? And this is the case for every sample. Every sample you see here, every sample you see with, you can check this yourself. You can download them from European Nucleotide Archive, learn how to use SAM tools, and you can map them, and then you can get them in 23andMe format, and you can check for yourself. You can check for yourself, and you can disprove this statistic that is up here. It's completely bullshit. The entirety of it is completely wrong. And is it an honest to God mistake where they, by the way, this is not just an issue with this genotype. There's other issues here too. There's, like, for example, I'm sure if I look at this or this, there's going to be issues here as well. But because I've seen that happen with previous samples, but this is completely wrong. Like, it doesn't represent reality. And when you cite this, when you give citings to this study, and especially you cite this pigmentation frequency, that data sheet or whatever, you're citing data that is wrong. You're citing data that is inaccurate, that is false. I saw a Reddit post recently that was citing this study, and this Reddit post was saying, well, Global Amphora were dark people. Obviously, it's the Yamlins who were blue-eyed and blonde. You have to be really, really autistic. You have to be like, what's that guy? Forrest Gump. You have to be like Forrest Gump level of autism to intentionally misrepresent this and intentionally spread misinformation like this on the internet. So whoever was doing this research for this study and was compiling all this stuff here, whoever was doing that needs to be fired. That's the simple truth, because either if it was malicious, or it was malice, or simple mismanagement, simple some kind of, I don't know, carelessness. It doesn't matter. If you have carelessness and you're approaching topics like this, you need to be fired. This is not your line of work. It doesn't suit you. So that's all I had to say about this. Thanks for watching my video. Goodbye.